All right, let's go ahead and get started. I missed you all on Monday. Hopefully you were able to find another workout to complete. We're going to relax our eyes, taking our deep breaths. Today, I want to bring our focus over to gratitude. What are you thankful for today? Take a few moments, thank our veterans in our lives, in our company, our colleagues, our friends. Continue your deep breaths, keeping your thoughts positive. Let's start to add rotation through our neck. Dropping our ear down to one shoulder, rolling through the center. Taking our time here. Nice big movements. Let's go ahead and bring our head back to center, open our eyes, bring it into a spinal twist, placing one hand behind you, other arm crosses our body. Looking over our shoulder, I want you to continue sitting tall. Don't sink into this stretch. Rotating through the center over to the other side. And let's rotate back to center. Shifting our weight behind us onto all fours. Wrists are in line with our shoulders, knees are in line with your hips. Let's take a peek or through our legs. Make sure those toes are not in. Rather, they're flat, hiding behind our shins, our thighs. Let's begin our cat-cow. Inhale as you lift. Inhale, open. Exhale, round through the spine. I got a case of the Mondays apparently. And it's not Monday, it's my Monday. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, tuck and round. I want you to exaggerate that movement each time you do it. Let's do that one more time. Bringing our spine back to neutral, tucking our toes under, lifting those knees up and to the outside of our mat, sitting back into that frog, rocking those hips side to side. Bringing those hips back to center, letting your belly sink towards the floor. Relax your forehead and your forearms to your mat. Let's shift our weight forward on your next inhale. Adjust those knees back in line with your hips. What we're going to do is raise that right hand off the floor. Eyes follow in that direction. Reaching up to the ceiling. Some mid-back or thoracic rotation. A little bit of chest. Exhale, place that hand on the floor. Let's go ahead and rotate over to the other side. Great job placing that hand on the floor. Let's tuck our toes under, hovering our knees directly over the floor and pressing those hips back for your downward dog. Feel free to pedal through your feet as you get warm here. Lengthen through the spine. Inhale, bring your gaze forward. Exhale, step your feet to your hands. Holding your forward fold for a few breaths. Slight bend through the knees. Let's bring those knees into our chest as we roll into standing. Head is always the last thing to come up. I'm going to turn towards you into my nice wide stance. You stay what works best for you in your space. Feet are turned out. Let's take a deep breath in. Dropping your hips as you exhale. Notice how I'm not letting my knees relax or cave in. I want you to see if you can keep those middle toes wiggling. Make sure your weight's not rotating in. Keep those hips rounded under. Chest stays forward, shoulders are up. Inhale as you lift, exhale as you drop. One more time. Placing your elbows or your hands down. Wanting to keep those hips under, make sure those knees are not caving in, and just rock side to side. Again, you're welcome to stay here. Bringing those hips back to center. Let's go ahead and raise your hips. I'm going to rotate my feet forward as I do that. Eyes are now looking behind you. You may have your hands, you may have your forearms on the floor. Maybe your hands are on something elevated like a yoga block. Walking our hands over to one side. And bringing those hands over to the other side. Let's bring those hands back to center. Slight bend through the knees. Slowly roll it up. Head is last to come up. Take a deep breath in. Let's exhale, relax those arms. We're going to do that one more time. Inhale. This time, exhale, dropping those hips back down. This time, hands are placed on our thighs. We're going to drop one shoulder, looking over the other shoulder. This is one of my favorites. Inhale through the center, exhale over to the other side. Inhale through the center, roll up so your head is last. Let's go ahead and scoot those feet together. I'm going to turn back to the side. Whether you're at your front or the back side of your mat, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold, lengthen through the spine before you release. You may want to walk your hands forward, or maybe you're stepping or hopping back into your plank. Hold here for a few breaths. You're welcome to release to those knees if you'd like. Releasing down to the floor, elbows stay close to your body, body stays in one straight line. Releasing here. Inhale, pressing up into the cobra of your choice. Remember to bring that head out of your turtle shell. Press your shoulders down into the floor, open your chest. Let's wave those hips up and back into that child's pose. Inhale, shift your weight forward. Tucking our toes under, lifting those knees up, hips back into that downward dog. Eyes look forward towards those hands, hopping or stepping your feet forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, release back into that forward fold. Hands are placed on the floor, bending your knees if you need to. Left foot steps back, right foot stays forward for your runner's lunge. We're going to reverse windmill into our warrior two. While we do that, our heel and our hip is going to follow. So feel free to look up at me. My back's going to be facing you. We're going to reverse windmill into that warrior two. Notice my heel is now on the floor. Strong through the glutes. Do not let that knee cave in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, reverse. Reach behind you. Hand is very gently placed on that back leg. Inhale, windmill back into that warrior two. Exhale, release that right hand down to the floor or yoga block. Left hand reaches up to the ceiling, triangle. Inhale, bending through the knee as we lift back into warrior two. We're windmilling back into our runner's lunge. Heel lifts and rotates off the floor. Big step back into our plank, holding here for a few breaths. We have long holds today. I need you to stay strong with me. Exhale, elbows stay close to your body, releasing here at the bottom. Inhale, press up into the cobra of your choice. Inhale, wave those hips up. Exhale, sit back into child's pose. Inhale, let's shift our weight forward, tucking our toes under, lifting those knees up, hips back into that downward dog. Inhale, eyes look forward. Exhale, hop or step those feet to your hands. Inhale, slide halfway up, lifting. Exhale, release back into that forward fold. Stepping back this time with our right foot, left foot stays forward. Runner's lunge. We have that reverse windmill, opening our hip, releasing that heel as we lift into warrior two. Inhale, lift and extend. Exhale, shift back. Very little weight, little to no weight on that back leg. Inhale, windmill back into warrior two. In these strong poses, I need you to stay relaxed. I know it seems confusing to stay relaxed in a strong pose, but what I mean by that is I don't want you to tense up. Stay strong, but don't freak out. You can do this. And go ahead and relax that left hand down to the floor. Right arm reaches up, triangle. Bend through the front knee, lifting back into warrior two. Stay strong. Don't let those shoulders tense. And let's windmill back into that runner's lunge, lifting and rotating that heel behind you. Big step back into plank. Stay strong with me. Push away from the floor. Squeeze those glutes. Exhale down to the floor. Body releases. Inhale, lift into the cobra of your choice, whether you're on your forearms or your hands. Waving those hips up, sitting back into child's pose. I want you to relax your forearms and your forehead to your mat. Use this time to recover. Use this time for those positive thoughts. Bringing those hands below your shoulders, using them to press yourself up. Let's go ahead and scoot back onto our glutes. We're going to scoot forward, but we're going to stay here on our bottoms. Hands are behind us. Doing something a little bit different today. Feet are flat on the floor. So we're going to do a tabletops here. If your wrists allow, I want you to try to keep your fingertips facing your feet. If you have to rotate out to allow your wrists to be able to do that, that's okay. That just gives you something to work towards. Bring those fingertips forward. We're going to start by just raising those hips into a tabletops. Exhale, release. Squeezing with that posterior side. Exhale, release. So that doesn't just mean the lower body. That doesn't just mean the glutes and the hamstrings. That also means the back. Exhale, release. This next one, we're going to hold it for a few breaths. Lift and hold. Exhale, release. If you need to stretch it out, you can roll onto your back. Let's go ahead and bring those hands behind us. Fingertips facing our feet. We're going to do that again. This time, your challenge is if you can get one arm to lift up to your ear. So what you're going to do is lift and relax. Lift and relax. So we're going to lift that arm up to our ear. If you need to stay with both hands on the floor, that's completely fine. If you're feeling pain, so it should be uncomfortable a little bit, but if you're feeling pain, I want you to do both arms on the floor. Hips lift, arm reaches up to your ear. Hips lift. Let's do one more on each side, or two more total if you have both hands on the floor. And roll it out. That's a challenging one. It's a lot on the shoulders and the wrists. If you didn't do it, there's no reason to feel discouraged. Just gives you something to work towards. On that last roll, go ahead and keep your head and back on the floor as you place your feet down to your mat. Let's stretch out that upper back. Bring those arms overhead. If you can do this with ease, With your feet on the floor, go ahead and extend your feet out in front of you. If your feet are flat on the floor and this is still a little painful or uncomfortable, I want you to bring your wrists onto a pillow or something elevated. Something so that your lower back is not hyperextended. Or maybe you're in that in-between stage where the feet flat is easy, but the feet extended is too difficult. Again, you can just elevate those wrists just a little bit. Some of you might find this easy. A lot of you will probably find this challenging. This is actually stretching those upper back muscles or your lats. If you have a monkey bar, a pull-up bar, something like that, it's really good to just hang out, literally just hang out. When you're ready, let's go ahead and finish with those hip stretches. Knee starts with tucked into our chest. Maybe extends. Hands can be placed under your thigh, your calf, or your ankle. Remember, both hips and shoulders stay on the floor for this one. Let's bring that knee back into our chest. Hug into our tight ball as we switch over to the other side. Again, option to extend that leg, reaching from under your thigh, your calf, or maybe your ankle. Let's bring that knee back into chest. Place your foot on the floor and extend those feet out in front of you. I want you to bring your shoulders down just an inch or two. Place your hands on either side of your body, palms facing up. Relaxing your eyes if they are not already. Finding that complete breath, not allowing yourself to cut it short. Keeping your eyes relaxed, let's bring our focus back into our gratitude. Thanking a veteran in our life, whether they're a colleague or a family member, or even a friend. Slowly start to add movement through your body, just small movement. Taking a moment to open your eyes. Sliding our feet flat to the floor. And rolling over to one side. Let's go ahead and lift yourself back into your comfortable seated position. I know I finished a little bit earlier today. I have a meeting I have to jump on to. Finishing with our deep breaths. Inhale. Exhale, release. 2 more deep breaths. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, bringing those hands into prayer. Exhaling your hands to heart. Namaste. Thank you again so much for participating. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your work week. Thank you again to any of you who are veterans, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.